Hey everybody, it's Chloe of Save the Victor Roll. How's everybody doing? Amazing, I hope. It is another video from your older than average YouTuber here on the YouTubes. And it is another installment of Better Late Than Never. We are going to be using the Queen of Controversy, Mikayla and Glamlite palette. So if you want to see what palette looks like, I know you've already seen it, and the look we create, you're in the right place. And you know what you need to do? You need to keep on watching. Hey, how's everybody doing? I'm finally getting almost there. I want to say the cough still shows up every once in a while, but I'm not eating candy every 2 seconds, so we're good to go. So everybody's a favorite controversial TikTok star, Mikayla, had done a collab with Glamlite, and I think there wasn't too much trauma at the time when she did the first collab. Then she did a second collab, which actually looks really good. That was kind of the one I was originally eyeing, though I did like this just because that one's a little bit more green, but I thought we could play with this palette today that I was gifted. It is very beautiful. It is a rainbow palette. I would say it's got some neutrals, but basically it's pretty rainbow-y. Does it cover all the colors? No, there's like no red or whatever in here, but a lot of good choices in here, so I thought we would play with this today. So yeah, I know there's been a lot of controversy with her. I mean, I guess that seems to happen when people start hitting like 20 million subscribers sort of thing, and then they get really huge and whatever else. There always seems to be something going on. I don't know why, it just seems to be the way it is. But I still like this palette. I love Glamlite, so I thought we would play with this. So I'm going to mostly use Glamlite products today. I did do my base. The blush is about face, but I do have the ghost face killer, the icon of horror highlighter on. So except for the base and the blush, everything is going to be Glamlite today. So we've got this. For primer today, we are going to play with the Kiss white. Yeah, the Kiss white primer. It came with a white and a black. I thought, you know, I gotta start using all these things, especially once I've opened them. So yeah, I was digging through all my Glamlite stuff, and I thought, oh, what stuff should I use? And I really, really love the Kiss collection. I was so excited that I got that. Hence, I was using the Kiss mirror. So anyways, I mean, I don't have too much to say really about Mikayla. I did follow her for a little bit on Instagram. She did have some fun giveaways, but then I've heard that not people were getting their wins and stuff, so I don't know. Though I do watch a couple kind of like gossip channels. So they do, Skeletim is one that does her quite often. There's another gal whose name I've forgotten now. She looks like Piper from Charmed, if anybody knows who she is. But anyways, she likes to talk about Mikayla a lot as well. So I just find it interesting. I mean, she does have a lot of followers. She does do some crazy looks. I don't think she does too much different than some other big YouTubers do with editing photos, making themselves look thinner or more snatched or more vibrant than they do in real life. I think a lot of people do that, so that doesn't bother me so much. You can tell when somebody, especially when you see pictures of them in the wild, so then you see them on that's with all like Hollywood or Kardashians or whatever. You see them in the wild, and then you see them on Instagram and whatever. They do look totally different, and that just seems to be the nature of social media. The controversy with the mascara was quite interesting, but I don't know why she just couldn't say, I love this mascara, look at the difference. But to add a little bit boof, I've put on these little lashes. I mean, come on now. It's not that hard. A mascara can still be good, but still need lashes, right? So we've got our white primer on. I really do like this primer, actually. And let's look at what kind of color stories we want to do. And then I'm also going to grab some brushes because we need those unless we want to go old school and use phalanges for everything. Alrighty, I do think this is really pretty. I did really look at this in the beginning when it came out. It was kind of, I think when Glamlite was starting to get away from just doing everything food related. So this is kind of one of the ones that I remember anyways, not being food or drink related. And I thought that was very cool. I mean, I know why Glamlite started and why she was doing food things, but I do like that they've branched out because I'm not really much for food related things for the most part. But anyways, this is really pretty. The second one I think was a smaller palette that maybe had 12 shadows or 16 shadows. It was smaller, but it was more green orientated. So that's probably why originally I was like, well, if I was going to pay for one, that's the one I would go for. But I do like me a good rainbowy palette. I haven't had a newish one in a while. So I think, because I haven't done that in a while, I think we're going to play, at least I don't think I have in a while, we're going to play with some purples, I think. I think this purple row and this here looks pretty cool, so I thought maybe we can do that. I mean, I've recently done green. I always do green. I haven't done a blue look in a while either, but there's only a few blues in here. Only a couple pinks, so I think we're going to stick to the purples. So these, of course, are all named. They're named things like Simping, Immaculate, MJ. Oh, that's so funny. This is the new beige. Oh, I love it. That's hilarious. Iconic, the best color, Bonehead, Stunning, Portuguese, Pot 2, Roddy. So I think is all stuff that's related to things that she said that she likes being a influencer is what I'm gonna guess is the names here. Oh, maybe she's, oh, I think, and then maybe did she do a third one and that was the wedding one? Oh, that was P. Louise. The P. Louise one looks really good. That's another one that I was really interested in. You don't have to like the person that does the collab to like the color story if they've picked a good color story. But anywho, there we go. So yeah, and I think there's been some more trauma. Again, I was watching a video, but like I don't know her, I don't follow her anymore, so I usually try not to judge unless somebody's mean to me or mean to my friends. There we go. Alrighty, so we are going to start with the shade that is called Frisky. Yes, so we're going to go with Frisky. So that's that shade there. I know I did a rounded look the other day, but I think I still feel in that mood, so I'm going to go with that. So we're going to go with the shade Frisky. Okay, there's a little bit of fallout in the pan here. So let's just quickly, lightly tap on our hand because that makes it nice and easy to blend. Thank you, Cosmic Peaches. And it also helps a little less fallout if you pat the loose bits on your hand. Oh, this is a very pretty palette. And of course, this is a gift from, again, my favorite makeup enabler, the Wilma Fingerdew. If you've not checked her channel out, where have you been? Definitely check her channel out. Well, especially if you like a Drag Race. She sometimes does some sewing stuff. She will test some makeup to see if it is drag queen approved. She had recently done the new Cosmic brushes, which was actually her first Cosmic brushes purchase. Everybody needs to get on that train as well. It's funny how your taste can change in eyeshadow brands. I'm hoping to get some of the new Dexter collection via I Feel Beautiful Canada. It's kind of one of my last purchases, and it is from Germany. Lethal, which I always bought everything. I have a lot, but I haven't the last little while bought anything. It's such a favorite brand, so I cannot wait to try something new. I'm trying to make that one of my last makeup purchases. Again, I say it over and over again, but I just have so much. I just don't give everything a chance to use it. Like this foundation. It's from RCMA, and I bought it. I gotta say, it's probably expired a few years old, but it was like I had brought it out because, oh, I gotta use some of these older foundations or ones that I had sealed for a while. And I think it looks so good. So it's like, it still smells good, so I'm gonna use it, but it's like, okay, you can't, and I know shadows last longer, but it's like, you loved all these things, you wanted all these things, you covered them, you bought them, you paid duty and crap on them. You can't just stick them in a pile. So I really want to make a focus this year. So that might mean I have to give up Cosmic brushes as well, but it's the things that you do to save money. My cat cost me another $559 yesterday. She has a cold, and then when I was there, the doctor's like, it's been a year. She needs to do her yearly test. Okay, fine. And oh, everything has gotten so expensive. Okay, I absolutely adore this color. That's why I just can't seem to stop playing with it. It does lighten a tinge, but I think it's because I'm on a white base. I think if you normally use a skin tone base, I mean, it's not much difference, but just a smidge different from what it looks like in the pan. Again. So anyways, talking about brands and then ones I've been really getting into, a Glamlite, Cosmic brushes. There's been a few newer brands, and I guess that's also par for the course. As you do a lot of this, you discover new brands. Some brands change their formula over time, some do not, and then as formulas get better, you just kind of switch brands. But I am very excited about that extra release. Okay, so I like that a lot. I think the shape is pretty even. Like I said, this eye sinks a little bit lower down, so sometimes it's a little bit harder to match, so I have to bring it up a smidge higher. Is that looking better? Yes, I think that did it. Okay, so there we go. So that was Frisky. So now we're going to go into Pat 2. Yeah, that's the other funny thing. I mean, I've always known her with that accent. I have seen videos where she apparently doesn't have it, but I don't know because I think she was in radio, and I know that people get radio voice, TV voice, that if she had changed her accent to get that voice to be in radio, and that she had a kind of Bronxy type, Boston-y type accent, but because people liked it, she just made it more extreme, because I don't think anybody could hold that up. At least I don't know if I would be able to always remember to keep a fake accent up. So, you know. So I don't know. When she gets a bit loud, it gets a bit annoying, but other than that, it's like I don't mind it too much. So if it's a gimmick or not, whatever floats her boat, I guess. So now on to Pat 2. Is there a Pat 1 in here? Or was the other one part 1 and this was part 2? Oh, I don't know. I thought this was the first collab, but you know. And this is a little bit older of a palette now. I think it's definitely maybe a few years old when it's released. It doesn't mean that this one, that Wilma got it first time around, but I don't think she did. But anyways, I'm just to say, just want to see if the quality is stayed as good as the newer things like the Kiss, and all the horror ones, but it's seeming to be so. This one is definitely a slightly firmer packed, so I didn't really get any kick up fallout into the pan. So then I think darker purples and reds are a little bit harder to formulate, or so I've been told. So that could be why the darker color had a bit of that. So you can let me know if you follow Mikayla or what you think of all the drama, or are you just used to big influencer drama? I don't watch a lot of big influencers anymore. I think I've given up most of them. I think there's a few that I watch that have more than a couple hundred subscribers, you know, that are in the thousands. Pop Lux I still like to watch. I'd like to try his makeup, but he doesn't ship to Canada. So that was going to be one of the releases I wanted to do with one of my last ones for last year, but it doesn't ship to Canada, and I am not doing a US post box anymore. Okay, that is really pretty, or we'll probably have to, because I'm blending and blending, I might need to have to intensify that last one on the end there, but that's a really pretty color too. Alrighty, so now we're going to go into this more lavendery shade for up front, and that's the one that's called MJ. Maybe that's her now husband. I thought his name was Michael or something, but anyways, there we go. Alright, so now let's go to MJ. This one too is more firmly packed. I'm not getting any kick up. It's a little bit brighter than maybe I wanted for up front, but it's okay. Yeah, then there was all that controversy about when she did that video saying how hard it was to be an influencer and most people couldn't do it. And, you know, oh, they couldn't do her schedule, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you know, the schedule part, I can whoop your ass on that one for my job. But is it easy being an influencer? I think so, at least to get viral and get lots of people to watch your videos and get to the point where you're monetized and that you can keep it up. I think it's a lot of work. And I think it may not be physically hard or maybe even totally mentally hard, but it is like coming up with the right ideas, having the right setup, having the right personality, all that stuff. I think is some of it is more luck, I think, than difficulty. But I think you just have to have all that together. You have to have that work ethic. You have to have that drive to continuously come up with new ideas and do things and put money into it. Like I just do this for fun. I was never expecting anything. And I think as a lot of people that I follow, it's the same way. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We just love makeup and we like talking about makeup, and there we are. But there's some people that do. They want to make a career out of this. And that, I think, is probably the hardest thing, especially with all the things that you can't say or do that it seems to be on YouTube the last little while, having people having to spell out words and making up names for things so that they don't get demonetized. In that way, I have to agree with her. It's probably not that easy, and a lot of people can't do it. Most people can't do, and to keep up the fame. Because there are some people that I used to watch, and I still see them around, that used to be absolutely massive, nobody talks about, and nobody talks about them anymore. I think they still have a lot of their followers and stuff, but at the same time, they are definitely not doing what they used to do. Okay, so I'm going to go back into Frisky to do the bottom lash line. It's really nice. First, I was kind of worried about that purple, but once I dragged it a little bit more farther over, actually, I think I like that. Alrighty, so I'm going to go back to Frisky. And since that's one that had a bit of fallout, we will tap it again. All right, there we go. Line. All right, I am going to go and take Frisky again, and I'm just going to go a little bit more onto the outer edge there. I know I did use a bit of a floofy brush, so that sometimes diffuses it quite a bit, so I just want to darken it a little bit more. I really like that light purple. It's very glowy. Reminds me of some of the mattes from Cosmic Brushes that just seems to have that just a little bit of glow, even though it's a matte. It doesn't have any shimmers in it, but for some reason just has that little bit of something something. And that shade called MJ seems to have that. Okay, we're gonna go back into Pat 2. All right, oh, I like that. All right, I never used to like purples, so this is kind of new at how happy I am with purples. Alrighty, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of different purple shimmers. So we have this one, so we've got Manifest, the New Beige, Portuguese, and Immaculate. So let's swatch all of those. So the first one here is Manifest. That is really pretty. And then we have, well, this one here called, is it Naz? Is that blue or is that purple? That might be a little bit more purpley. I thought it was blue at first. All right, so we have another one here, Naz. So we had Manifest Naz, and we've got the New Beige. Makes me laugh. New Beige. Then we have Immaculate. Oh, this maybe is more pinky than purple. Yeah, it looks very purple in the pan, but when I swatch it has more of a pink. So we definitely won't be using Immaculate. And then we have Portuguese. So let's pop that there because that's more purple. Ooh, that one's really nice. Let's take a little bit more. Take one more go. Alrighty. So I think we are going to take Manifest and we're going to stick that in the inner. It's not as bright, but I think I want to stick the one that's Naz, that probably means as in NARS, onto the light part. And then I want to take Portuguese, put that on the outer a little bit. I think that is the plan. So for in the inner eye, I'm going to use a brush and a little spray. And again, that's where we're going to go into Manifest. So Manifest was that one there. Ooh, that is super shiny. Again, generally, I find with Glamlite, they're more normal, like normal shimmers as in not duochrome, multichrome. They're all very smooth and glidey. I quite like their formula. Okay, so there's that. So then we are going to go into Naz. And then I'm going to Maybe I'll use the same one here. I'll clean this up. Go to NAS. And then we're going to put a little spray. I don't think these ones need spray, but again, we've done our base already, so. Oh yeah, that works perfect on there. I think it probably turns more, maybe because it's such a light shade on the blue, it'll probably look more blue. And then on here, because it's on that lavendery shade. Ooh, that's nice. Look at that. Ooh. Oh, who doesn't like a good shimmer? I swear it was a crow in another life. And then we were going to use Portuguese for the outside. I'm just going to use the same brush, just clean it off. Keep remembering to use this now. So we're going to go into Portuguese. This one's a very silky feeling. Oops, I went a little bit too hard there. And we're going to do that on the outer. So I wonder if she's got some Portuguese in her background. I don't know too much about her. The only TikToks and stuff I see is when I see it on the commentary channels. I just kind of get the feeling that to her friends, she's probably a super nice person, or people that she deems important, and then to everybody else, maybe not so much. Kind of the Oprah thing. Okay, I'm going to try a little bit on my finger to see if I just get a little bit. Ooh, that's so pretty. Just see if it gives me a little bit more. And that is correct, it does. All right. There we go. That is super pretty. All right. I see this palette. I do. All right. I'm gonna go, should I? No, I guess I could do it. I could do it on here. Let's just quickly then do some mascara. I don't think I want to do any eyeliner. I think I want to keep it nice and simple today. I did have a couple from Melt Pot liners that I had that I thought would look really nice, but then I wanted to try to keep it as Glamlite as possible, and I do have a black liner somewhere, but I don't feel like using a liner. All right, I'm not going to be using white mascara, and then I'm going to use this mascara. I thought I'd start using this because my Lash Princess is starting to get a little old, so I thought I might as well, because mascaras are definitely not things that you can keep once you've opened them. And I did like the brush on here. I wasn't just going to edit this video and then go to read a book. I would put lashes on, but most of the time I bought some single lash, well, little clumpy lashes to try from Mikayla Joy. I re-upped my powder, so I thought she had those on sale for Boxing Day. I'm going to try those at some point, but again, not want to have to wear glasses and read a book after, so yeah, I think I need to take everything out of their boxes though. Left them there for now. And then for lips, I have the Kiss collection here, which has a liner and a lipstick. Just red. I know we're wearing purple, but a red lip always goes, I think. There we go. And then our beautiful. Okay, so that was actually my vet. I had to take my cat to the vet, the $559 I was talking about. She was sneezing, had a cold, and then she was having the runs. It was seeming to get worse, so I wanted antibiotics. So I took her in, and it was time for her yearly tests. Well, the results came back, and my vet's very happy. He says for her age, she's doing really excellent. Her kidneys are actually, they're still compromised, but they're still better. It's actually a little bit better than it was from her last year's test. So yay. So it's just a cold. Mom is happy. So back to lipstick. She's nice and sleeping in her little bed. All right. I like this color because it's more bricky red than like a bright red or blue red, like orangey red. So I think you can wear it nicely with any color. So there we go. That is our little look playing with the Mikayla and Glamlite palette, a little chat, and there we go. So if you like this video, please give it a like, comment, and subscribe, and maybe even hit that notification bell. If not, that's okay. We can still be friends. Gossip about influencers together. As always, behave, make good choices, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye-bye.